Hello student, in the last video we were studying food chain and various terms associated with it. Today we will continue the same chapter and will study food web. We have seen different examples of food chain. We had studied different food chain. You can see here these examples. Corn is eaten up by the rat and in turn rat is eaten up by owl. In the second food chain you can see that the carrot is eaten up by rabbit and the rabbit in turn is eaten up by fox and fox is eaten up by lion. In the third food chain you can see the grass is eaten up by the grasshopper, grasshopper is eaten up by the frog, frog in turn is eaten up by the snake and then snake is in turn eaten up by the bird. We can observe here that the food chain is simple but actually it is not. And it looks at the food chain is a straight line, in a straight line, but this is also not. Actually food chain is complex and it involves a series of branching lines. We will see that each organism is generally eaten up by two or more other kinds of organism, which in turn eaten up by several other organisms. As you can see here in this figure, we can say that there are a number of food chain and they are interconnected or interlinked with each other. And this number of food chain which are interconnected or interlinked with each other forms a network and this network is termed as food web. A food web shows the transfer of energy within an ecosystem. Energy is transferred between organisms when one organism eats another. Now, let us move on to the last topic of the chapter, that is environmental problems. Though there are a number of environmental problems and you must have studied some of them in your lower classes, in this chapter we are going to discuss two important environmental problems, that is depletion of ozone layer and waste disposal. So let us start with the depletion of ozone layer. Let us see first what is ozone layer. As you can see in this figure, ozone is a layer which is present in the stratosphere part of the atmosphere. Ozone is actually O3 molecule which is formed by 3 atoms of oxygen. Ozone at the higher level of the atmosphere is a product of ultraviolet radiation acting on oxygen molecule. The higher energy ultraviolet radiation split apart some molecular oxygen into free oxygen, as you can see here in this figure. These atoms then combine with the molecular oxygen to form ozone. What is the importance of ozone layer? Ozone is acting as a shield or as a blanket protecting the earth and the life on the earth from the harmful ultraviolet radiation coming from the sun. It was found in 1980s that the amount of ozone in the atmosphere is dropping sharply. A hole has been found in the ozone layer. This depletion in the ozone layer is being found due to the release of some chemicals in the atmosphere. The synthetic chemicals like chlorofluorocarbons, which are used as refrigerant and in fire extinguisher, were found to be the cause of depletion of ozone layer. This ozone layer hole was found to occur over Antarctica region. Due to this ozone layer depletion, now the ultraviolet radiation is directly reaching to the earth surface, which is affecting and damaging the life on the earth. It is causing various type of problems in human being, like certain types of skin cancers, eye cataracts, and immune deficiency disorder. This harmful ultraviolet radiation is also affecting the plant growth, reducing the agriculture productivity. In 1987, the United Nations Environmental Programme UNEP succeeded in forging an agreement to freeze CFC production at 1986 levels. This is almost 32 years ago. Countries signed the world's most successful environmental treaty to save the ozone layer. This ozone layer cannot be filled up, but by reducing the pollution in the atmosphere, we can at least do not increase this hole and can protect the earth from the harmful radiation coming from the sun. We can buy air conditioning and refrigeration equipment which do not use the harmful synthetic chemicals like chlorofluorocarbon. Conduct regular inspection and maintenance of air conditioning and refrigeration appliances to prevent and minimize refrigerant leakage. Scientists are optimistic that the hole may be starting to close. A 2018 assessment by the World Meteorological Organization found that the southern ozone hole has been shrinking by about 1% to 3% per decade since 2000. Now let us study the another environmental problem, that is of garbage that we produce and how we can manage this. Garbage is the waste which is being produced as a result of human activities. We can broadly classify this garbage or waste into two categories: biodegradable waste and non biodegradable waste. Let us see what is biodegradable waste. Biodegradable waste include any organic matter in waste which can be broken down into carbon dioxide, water, methane, or simple organic molecules by microorganisms and other living things by compositing, aerobic digestion, anaerobic digestion, or similar biological processes. Biodegradable waste is not causing the environmental pollution, but still it is affecting the environment. It is producing the bad smell when these wastes are collected in heap. These biodegradable waste also act as a breeding ground for the vectors. For examples, mosquitoes. We all know that mosquitoes carry the harmful microorganism, that is Plasmodium, which is causing the disease malaria. Now let us see what is non-biodegradable waste. Non-biodegradable waste are the waste which cannot be decomposed by microorganisms. These wastes are inert and simply persist in the environment for a long time or may harm the various members of the ecosystem. Non biodegradable waste include plastics, metals, etc. Here, you can make a comparative study of biodegradable and non biodegradable waste. Now, the question arises how we can manage these waste. We can segregate the waste depending upon whether they are biodegradable or non biodegradable, and then we can dispose them accordingly. We can follow the 3 R's, that is recycle, reuse and reduce. There are some waste which we can recycle like paper. Some waste can be reused again like plastic bottles or metal cans. There are some waste which we can reduce like petrol. So, when we are following these R's, we can manage the garbage and can stop the pollution in the environment. I hope, children, that the chapter is clear to you. If you have any queries or question related to the chapter, you are free to ask. Thank you.